everybody, my name is Cristiano Rizzi. I am an Italian lawyer and I am also one of the authors of this book about the impact of COVID-19 on the world aviation industry, which I'm going to introduce to you in a second. First, I want to explain why I embarked in this project. I've decided to write this book not only because I like traveling by air, and I thought it was a dramatic moment when the pandemic hit so hard the aviation industry, but especially because I was wondering how airlines and the industry would have reacted to this unprecedented crisis. There was an inconsistent information, so I decided to conduct a more orderly research to have a better picture of what was going on. I do not represent any manufacturers, but I'm fascinated by all kinds of airplanes, and I'm a frequent flyer, well, I was, who wish to return to fly in the most safe modality, in all senses. For these reasons, I became more and more interested in this fascinating industry. Which literally is connecting the entire world and has become a fundamental component of our society. I was shocked by the sudden abruption in flight transportation and consequently of the impossibility to reach Beijing, where I was used to live and work, and of the difficulties of traveling around the globe using the usual services of commercial airlines. So I decided to start an investigation about all the consequences of COVID-19 on aviation industry and how operators were facing their difficulties. My research, together with the efforts of my two co-authors, led to the realization of this work, which includes some truly exciting parts, such as, for example, an exploration of a so-called business aviation with a description of the most beautiful flying machines produced by the top players in commercial and business aviation sector, and the description of the technological innovations which this crisis brought about to transit the industry towards a more green modality. The impact of COVID-19 was huge in terms of loss of travelers and revenues for airlines. But it was also a push for the industry for its transformation. In fact, green aviation was already on the radars of the major players and operators. But now this transition is more evident with the ever-increased use of sustainable fuels, for example, the electrification of air transport, and even the introduction of hydrogen. But my curiosity and research brought me to examine some other aspects of this industry, including the merging of another type of air transport, which is the urban air mobility, with the introduction of the so-called eVTOLs, vertical takeoff aircraft and landing aircraft, which for sure they will revolutionize the urban mobility. Prototypes in fact already exist, and all major manufacturers are looking at this segment with great interest. And authorities, of course, are developing and adapting the existing regulatory framework to accommodate these flying vehicles in the near future. All these aspects are treated in this book, and this is the first time a dedicated publication organizes all these elements in a orderly manner, putting also in evidence the growing importance of general aviation, especially in China, where this sector is at its inception. And for sure, it will be pushed with a revision of the existing legislation regulating the so-called low-altitude airspace and its gradual opening, which will allow China to build its own general aviation market, which seems to have great potentialities. This book examines aspects which are of interest not only for the travelers, airlines, airframers, and operators surrounding this industry, but also for the general public interested in knowing something more about this fascinating world, and with a desire one day to fly at a supersonic speed, considered that some brave, visionary players are planning to reintroduce these supersonic planes in the near future, which would be, of course, more green thanks to the recent technological advancement. To conclude, I'm sure you will enjoy reading this book because it will bring you literally to the sky and will help you in better grasping some aspects of the flying in a commercial mode or privately, which you never thought before when boarding a plane. Thanks a lot for your interest and enjoy the book. Bye bye.